Boxing King, media powered by BYD, Izzy, Asif. Whenever I start an interview with you, and I kind of made it a running theme now. You said in your last show that you're going to do it bigger and better, and you keep bloody doing it. At what point are you going to go, like, when's that trajectory going to go down? It just keeps going up.
We're going to keep going on and on and on and on and on until we've had enough. Now, listen, we've got to keep growing and developing. I keep saying as a promoter, I want to put better shows on. I want to be excited. And this is why I keep developing the cards. And I'm getting involved a bit more in the matchmaking side where I feel like 20 odd years in the game, I understand stylistically what fights work. I understand promotionally and marketing wise what fights work. And yeah, you see another good card we've got on.
Yeah. It's an incredible card. I was just saying to Adam Smith there, there's literally like, when do you see 3, if not 4, 50-50 fights on there? And on top of that, you got so much good talent coming through, from big punchers to skillful fighters, massive ticket sellers. You've really kind of got yourself a really good stable. And then on top of that, you've just signed a former British champion in Shakan Peters, who's fighting for the European title straight away.
Yeah, great signing for us, Shakan Peters, somebody that, been a British champion. I believe he's a couple of fights away from the big boys and big fights, but he's got to get through the European title fight, and he's on. And yeah, we've kind of credit to our team. I keep saying the teams, because we were warranted fighters wanting to be on our cards, and the kind of strength we've got in our cards is the hard work we put in. For 3 years, we've been relentless. We've invested extremely hard. We've took risks where other promoters won't take risks because you've been around this game a long time. There's not much in it at the start, and you've got to be willing to roll the dice, and that's what we've done. Not just putting great fights on and great shows on. We've invested hard in the sport and in the fighters, and now we're kind of seeing the kind of fruit of it. And you've seen the fights that I'm getting excited as a promoter turn into stroke fan mode.
Yeah. He definitely was a fan on that stage, and as it got a bit, I love the exchange between Niall Berry and Razor Ali. And I said, I got some good content with them too, having a bit of a face-off. And I said to both of them, like, they both could have had easier fights. I know Niall's had a bit of a comeback fight, but he could have had another one. Razor could have, like, defended against a hand-picked opponent. But the fact that they're both willing to put it all on the line again, that says a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Niall Berry had a big loss against Francesca De Rosa's, stoppage. You were heartbroken. I don't know if you were there. You were there.
I saw him crying, and I saw you put your arm around him. And I remember you saying you promised him that you'll bring him back, and you have done.
Absolutely. Listen, he actually cried, and he weren't crying like for cameras. You were absolutely devastated, like he's lost a big close member of his family. It was hard to see as a grown man, how much you meant for him. But he's back. And I've got a bit of stick for this. He's took a risky kind of fight, people could say, in Razor Ali, undefeated. Got the belt, got the momentum, stopped his last opponent in a vicious stoppage. But listen, we're in the entertainment business. As a promoter, being live on DAZN, having a great sporting platform, I want to put these fights on where I'm actually excited. And now when I sat up there, and I'm genuinely telling you this, I had goosebumps listening to Razor Ali, because I know his story and how deep it is. And Niall Berry as well, I was kind of like, I can't wait for this. As much as I'm meant to be like keeping it straight and professional and promoting the show, I actually got into goosebump mode and fan mode, and I'm thinking, wow, this is exciting. And to be promoting it, it's like what dreams are made of for me.
It is definitely. Which fight do you think will be the fight of the night? Put you in the spot here. Which one do you think is going to gel? It's probably going to be that one, isn't it?
Yeah, stylistically and character, personality wise, and I just know them guys are not going to take a backward step. You just know fighters, and you get the energy and feel of them. They're not going to take a backward step. It's going to be Razor Ali and Niall Berry, and something that a lot of guys don't see. And I've only learned as a promoter is when you stood next to fighters and in between fighters as a promoter, you feel the energy. And energy don't lie. You actually feel how much this means to them and how confident they are and what they want, what they're putting online here. And what I get with that fight is they're going to stand in the middle of the fight, a ring, and they're going to go all out, guns blazing. There's not going to be no backward step. There's so much at stake for both of them, so much pride at stake. Both believe they're there for the winning, and there's an IBO strapping all on the line for him, which Razor Ali's risking. And like you mentioned early on, where they could have gone down other routes, but they've come and they're right, let's take these fights. Even Razor, because Niall Berry's top 7 in the country, something number 7 in the UK, super bantamweight. And he's took the fight on. He could have gone another route, got a couple more wins. He sells good tickets, so any promoter put him on. But he's saying, look, I'm at the levels, I want to be there. And they're going to showcase their skills. So I think that's going to be fight of the night. Listen, we've seen some great fights in 2024. If this goes off the way I think it could potentially be one of the fights of the year.
I think I'm not just saying this. I think that the tickets for this event are going to fly out, because you've got Amar Akbar, who sells 400-500 tickets. You've got Murtaza Nadeem, big punching middleweight. You've got Jack Bateson and Daniel Quarterman, is Daniel in it?
Danny
Yeah,
Coleman.
Danny Quarterman fighting each other. All big ticket sellers. So this event's going to be sold out, and I'm guessing so when are tickets on sale?
Tickets are actually already on sale, but we're not putting really many on our pages because the fighters have got obligation and the right to sell, because obviously they earn off back of the ticket commission and everything, so they're going to be out there selling. You've not mentioned Muhammad Ali yet, and Hughie Fury, Kieran Malloy, who's a big ticket seller as well. It's a massive card, and
Yeah, I completely forgot Hughie Fury and Muhammad Ali former matchroom fighter. There's some serious talent.
yeah, absolutely, and it's great because I've got so much demand for fighters to be on this card, and it's crazy because you're one of the first interviews I did 3 years ago, under 3 years, and I was like asking fighters to come on the cards. Oh, please, will you come on the card? We can do this, and there were a lot of fighters doubting me and saying, "Oh, what are you about? We don't know what you're about. Can we just?" And now the phone don't stop, and it's like I could have put a surreal kind of feeling, and a kind of pinch myself moment, which I use a lot. But it's a nice feeling, all knowing that we've developed our brand as a promotion outfit. We've shown our kind of integrity with fighters and our production levels and our kind of outlook of GBM, and people want to be on our card, and and I want to make good fights. We've signed a deal with DAZN till end of the year. We're going to hopefully extend that in 2025, and the viewers out there and the fans out there want to see good fights, and I can promise you, as long as I'm a promoter, I'll do everything I can to put entertaining fights on at the top. And if that means I'm invested in Danny Quartermain, I'm invested in Alberry, they could potentially lose here, and that therefore would be a financial loss to me. But we're in this business, you've got to risk it, roll the dice, and I'm just what I'm prepared to do on every single show.
Well, credit to you for doing that. It must be a nice feeling. Just curious to know to get into your mind a bit. Like a similar comparison to Shabazz Masood last night. Nobody in boxing, other than his team, nobody expected him to win last night. Every neutral person, every person in boxing I spoke to, and the common consensus was that he's going to get stopped in 5-6 rounds. And he obviously put on an absolute masterclass. You in boxing, like you just said there, you started off and nobody wanted to be on your shows. You had fighters that you must have had fallouts with fighters as well, and now you've got fighters approaching you, wanted to be on your shows. So how do you kind of, as a person, kind of do you still work with them people, and do you kind of, how do you kind of deal with that?
Yeah, so like we mentioned Shabazz first of all, what a performance, what a masterclass. Somebody I've rated highly for a long time. Credit to Shabazz, he deserves it, and he's gonna be hard to beat. Stylistically, he's extremely good. I didn't watch it all, I was in Spain, I was flying, but I got the text, I heard it was a masterclass by people in the game, so credit to him. And how can I relate to a fight? As a promoter, I got the exact same negativity and doubt, but I just believe to make it as a promoter is so hard. To make it as a fighter, when you come from humble beginnings or not much support, it's extremely hard. To make it as a manager is extremely hard. To make it as a coach, to make it as a boxing promoter is almost impossible. It's a really tough business. It's not designed for everybody. You've got to, have the right model. You've got to say the right things. Everybody's a lot of pressure on you. There's a lot of stigma amongst boxing promoters. I've had to overcome them, and obviously I come from a ethnic background, what's never been in this game before. So I had a lot of hurdles to jump, what people don't know about, and I've not really expressed that because I don't want the sympathy card, but I've had to go through some serious pressures and financial pressures as well to put these shows on. But we've really rolled the dice out, and I say it's one of the hardest things I've done as a boxing pro. It's hard because there's been many times in the last 3 years where I thought, I've had enough of this. This is such a hard game, It's hard financially, a lot of pressure. You got to sacrifice a lot. And I don't want the sympathy vote because I've not been forced upon this. I've chose this because I want a legacy. I want to do something special. I want the kids of the future to say, right, look what he achieved. He come from a real humble background. He's gone in, and historically, boxing promotion has been dominated by Londoners potentially and people with big, strong backgrounds. I've not come from that, I've come from just a normal kid from Sheffield background. Didn't do too well at school, had a lot of trouble. I had a few pro fights, didn't achieve what I wanted, and I could have easily not gone down this route because boxing promotion, I believe, is one of the toughest business in the game. It's fighting's hard, you're risking your life, but you put a lot of pressure as a promoter. So I can relate to this when guys are writing you off and doubting you. And I told everybody at the start that we're going to be one of the best promotion outfits in the country, and you're slowly starting to see why that's going to kind of come to fruition. And it's nice, and I don't like I told you so. I don't like that because I think that starts to get a little bit bitter. But it is a nice feeling when everybody doubts you, and talk about doubt. Even people close to me, even my family and everybody, like, they thought I'm crazy getting into this game. You know, none of my family were into boxing, none of them were into promotion, none of my mates were into promotion. I kind of took the risk, took it upon myself, and it's nice when you get to this position and you've signed a DAZN deal and you've got Adam Smith on your team, and you know how crazy that is to say that as a normal kid from a Sheffield street, to be able to say we've just got a deal with DAZN, we've just got the voice of boxing, you know, we've got fighters wanting to be on our card. It's you know, I want to tell this story one day, and hopefully you hear it one day. There's a lot of things I've not expressed, and like kind of emotions I went through and the struggles that'll come. It'll come in the right time, but I'm just enjoying every single second of it at the moment.
Last question I've got for you. What's the worst thing you said there? You had some stigmas and things said about you. What's the worst thing you've heard about yourself that was obviously a bullshit? In the comments as well, because I've seen there's people, you know. So you tell me what's the worst thing you've read or heard.
Obviously, you get your certain comments. You get certain comments who are going to be prejudiced because of my ethnicity and my colour, which I think is total ignorance, and I kind of turn a blind eye to that. But what really kind of not got to me, but give me motivation really, where what does he fucking know about promotion? That's what I heard. What does he effing know? And I was like, I'm going to teach you what I know. I'm going to show you what I know. And I got that from managers. I got it from coaches. I had fighters coming back to me saying, oh, don't sign with Izzy. What does he actually know? He had a few pro fights, which I had 4 pro fights. What does he actually know about boxing? What they don't realise is I've been in business for 27 years. I've had my own business for 27 years. I understand business. I know how to make things work. And I know boxing because I've been in there. I mean, amateur debut in 2003. You know, that's a lot of time in this game. I understand. And and I just thought, let him say it. So I heard all that. What does he effing know about this game? What is he going to ever do? And then I heard rumours like, oh, he's not going to last till. So the first year he started, he'll be gone in 6 months, and he won't sell 300-400 tickets. He won't do this. And I used it as a positive thing. I used that, and listen, I'm just enjoying the journey, and I'm on my own journey, and listen, who knows where it's going to end. I make it no secret. I want to be one of the best promoters in the country, and I don't make it no secret, and I don't shy away from it. I understand the toughness of this game, and I'm in my own lane in one sense, but I want to compete with the big boys. I want the world title fights, and I want the best fights in the country, in the world happening, and we'll keep going. And who knows? Like, listen, it's a tough business. We keep pushing it and enjoying the journey. And credit to my team, because you know some of my team. You've been around them. I believe we've got one of the best teams in the country. I really genuinely believe that. Still things to learn on, but you know, 2025 is going to be a massive, massive year for us. But December the 7th, you're going to showcase why GBM's got so much hype about it live on DAZN.
Yeah, well, I wish you all the best. Izzy, is quite fascinating to see your journey from from the behind the camera. So yeah, all the best. And yeah, if the fans want tickets for the event, you need to contact the fighters and secure your tickets, because this is gonna sell out like pretty much straight away. Thank you for your time.